Good evening, curling fans, and welcome to the Everest Curling Club Championships. We are live from the Ottawa Hunt Club in Ottawa, Ontario for draw number 6. Tonight we have a men's game, Team BC taking on Team Northwest Territories. I'm your host, Peter Stesky, and I'm joined tonight by the second stone on Team Howard and local hero here in Ottawa, Dave Mathers. Dave, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good to be with you. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Happy to be on the broadcast with you. BC Northwest Territories should be in for a good one tonight.
Yeah, it's we got the Territories coming in at 1-1, BC 0-1, but I got to tell you, they spent some time at the bar getting adjusted to the time zone, I would say.
Good for them. Yeah, 3-hour switch. It's
could have factored in.
Yeah, for sure.
Playing 5 rock rule, 8 ends here. Going to introduce the teams. First up, for the Northwest Territories, lead stone Glenn Tignac. Second, Michael Fraser. Third, Nick Saturnino. And their skip, Mark Robinson. And representing BC, they're out of the Langley Curling Club, Steve Claxton. Second, Don Monk. Third, Mike Sitter. And their skip, Darren Fritz. Dave, you guys have had a decent season this year, narrowly missed out on the Olympic trials. Are you already qualified for the provincials?
Yeah, I got our provincial spot, so that's nice. The Olympic trials was a big-time bummer, losing the pre-trials final for the second quadrennial in a row. That one stung, still stings, but yeah, awesome curling last week. That was awesome to watch on the men's side and the women's side. It was a lot of fun to see. So
yeah, a lot of people might not know you were on the bench coaching Team Harrison.
Was on the bench coaching Team Harrison. That was a new experience for me. Took a few years off my life, I'm pretty sure. I'm not a great watcher. Paced, got my steps in last week for sure, pacing around the backboard. So it was fun though, and
hey, you knocked off Holman, you knocked off Anderson, so you did your job. I thought that was great coaching in those two games.
Yeah, I got my guys. So yeah, Team Harrison locked up a provincial spot. That was pretty cool to get that spot, and yeah, successful week for the girls. They were pretty pumped. So
I asked you before the game, you'd never had the experience of playing in this event. Neither did I, but I think it's just it's a great event for the grassroots level. These are elite club players playing for a national championship, being live streamed, wearing the microphones. Do you remember the first time you played fully mic'd up?
I don't remember the first time, but I remember it being a little bit nerve-wracking, and you do sort of pay attention to it. When you're just out there without a mic on, you can kind of say whatever you want. You can give your teammate a little heck when they do something bad or say something bad. So you got to be a little bit careful when you got a mic on. But thrilling experience, and everybody here at the Hunt and here in Ottawa is super happy to have these teams here from all across Canada. It's an awesome event for the Hunt to host and for these teams to be here in Ottawa. Yeah,
the Hunt Club's done a great job. We've been talking about it all week. Curling Canada's done a great job. Everest is a great sponsor. Get to the action here. We got a mess of rocks in play already. BC throwing the redstone, starting with the hammer. They're lying 1 in the back 8-foot in-turn tap. You're from Ottawa, Dave. Do you get a chance to play at this club very often?
I do, and Bill Duck, the ice maker here, has been really, really good to me over the years in terms of practice ice, and to be able to practice on good ice like Bill makes is a treat, especially going away to a lot of events where the ice is also really good there. So it's great practice, and yeah, Hunt great facility, awesome golf course too, by the way, as you know, and yeah, great group of people here at the Hunt. It's a great facility.
So Michael Fraser just a hair tight. His weight was actually perfect. I'm not sure if they were trying to play the come around there or the tap. Opportunity here for Don Monk. Play the hit and roll buried. But those two Yellowstones out front are in a very good spot for the Territories, regardless of where this rock goes.
Great spot. Pretty aggressive start by both teams, getting rocks in play. The first rock was a perfect center line guard, so neither team scared to mix it up early. Good shot.
Really good shot. If I could make shots like that, I'd still be playing. I mean, not at a high level, but even at club.
Still be playing somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. I like the tap on the outside one here. They're teams trying to get him to play the run back. Do you like the tap? They better chance of making a good shot with the tap here, I think.
I think so. A little bit more room for error on the tap weight shot for sure. That red rock out front there is really hurting them right now. So even on this run back, they've got a chance to either get the one off the top of the 4 foot or clip the one back 4 foot too. So a little bit more margin here on this shot as well.
Michael Fraser throwing the out-turn run back. Over curled clips. A lot of stuff happening there. Glad I didn't have to illustrate that one out or have shot tracker on that. That would have been tough.
Would have had a sore wrist after that one. Not a bad outcome though. Got rid of a lot of the mess out front that was causing them a bit of a headache without the hammer here and spilled one into the ring. So open up to both reds.
And that yellow red looks fairly lined up right now. Skip Darren Fritz. Looks like they're going to play the hit and roll the wing. Not an easy shot. You can only see maybe, what, half of this stone?
Only about half. And sitting 2, looks like they're sitting 2. Pretty high degree of difficulty here on this shot, especially early in a game when you're still trying to get your feet under you with the ice.
Yeah, you lived in PI for a few years. I don't know if Team Yogis would even take this on in the first end.
I don't know. Team Yogis does have an interesting strategy from what I've heard. Skip takes a lot of time to call the shots down there, but
look at that
really
execution
nice
there. Wow. That is a great curling shot.
And that shot was just made because he threw the right weight. Throwing the right weight gives your skip confidence with where to put the broom and easy to call. So that shot was really made because of the weight he threw. Just nice hack weight.
So big start here. BC with the hammer. They're lying 3.
Stay close.
First shot here for third stone, Nick Saturnino. This is Nick's second time playing in the Everest Curling Club Championships. He was also here in 2015. The team's off to a 1-1 start. They beat Northern Ontario, lost to Manitoba. This one looks pretty tight. Probably resembles one of Gomer's out turns, maybe.
Seen that one once or twice, yeah. Thankfully, we have Tim sweeping, so
yeah, that helps.
It hides a lot.
So BC lying 3 and throwing. Just a great chance here to open up with a big end with the hammer. Neither one of these teams filled out their bios, so we're just going to make up stuff about them as the game progresses.
Yeah, dangerous move there, giving us the ability to, like you said, say what their favorite movie is and favorite band, stuff like that.
And Mike Sitter, huge fan of Celine Dion, mostly her recent work since the Titanic, from what I understand.
Not mine.
Hey, she sold a lot of albums in her day. Great performer. Speaking of which, a very nice shot here by Mike.
Great shot. Some really precise shots by Team BC here early on. It looks like they've got pretty good handle on the ice here.
Yeah. This is Mike's first time at the championships. Everyone else represented BC that's on the team in 2014. They do get pumped up. He told me pre-game they listen to the theme song from the Titanic. That's what gets them going.
Too much broom on that straight side. It's not a terrible spot.
So second shot here for Nick Saturnino. Looking to play the run back. Facing 4. Opportunity here to bail out the team. I think they're going to have to sweep this one, Dave. A hair tight. I think he's going to miss everything.
Little rub off the guard there. Get this red out.
Same shot.
Yeah, it's either or. You either make the straight run back there, you can fan it and hit the back one. It's okay. Killed one of them. Improved the situation, but they're still in a lot of trouble. Good news is, Dave, I guess there's a short little slash there on the yellow, and there's nothing really Nova Scotia can do to, BC
can do
to stop it. Wrong coast Both have great seafood. To stop it, I mean, if they guard it, you can draw around it. You can't make a hit on it, obviously. It jams all over the place. So that rock actually ended up in a decent spot.
Yeah, not a bad spot for them. Pretty ideal start here for Team BC. Like you said, Northwest Territories, they've got that yellow at the front. They've also got a staggered guard. So if they could ever get behind there at some point, it would be pretty tough for Team BC to remove it.
100%. Mike playing the intern draw here, going out quite a bit wider than what we've seen so far. Talking to Mike last night, I don't know if you're in fantasy football. He is. He's just getting murdered, absolutely murdered in his league. He owns Christian McCaffrey. He's out for the season. Derrick Henry out for the season. It's tough. I own McCaffrey as well. I'm not happy. I'm thinking about writing him. Like, so you got a broken leg. You can't play the rest of the year. It's 3-4 more games.
Exactly. When you need fantasy points, get back in there.
Yeah, they just don't understand. What are you playing here if you're throwing yellow?
If I'm yellow, you got to move this red one here at the top. It's your problem rock right now. You could probably make a double off the top red and maybe the rock side 8-foot. Eliminate a couple stones, get your yellow buried. But to be able to utilize these guards on your next one, you really got to get rid of this red rock that's in the control zone for Team BC.
The Linda Moore control zone. Mark Robertson throwing skip rocks here for the Northwest Territories. This is his second time. He also competed in 2015. They were actually last year's champions, but due to COVID, obviously, they were not able. There was no national held, so they had to re-win the Territory Championship again this year.
Back to back. This looks pretty close here, Pete.
Yeah, I think he's going to execute the shot that you called.
Pretty good result there for Team Northwest Territories. Eliminates the red that they were trying to hit, and it effectively eliminates the red side 12-foot there as well from being able to score. So
yeah, that's a great shot. Limiting the damage, like you say.
Are we 1 or 2? I think we must
Still an opportunity right now for BC to draw in and lie 3.
So 3?
Do you guys do much in the way? I mean, I think all the teams do at the high level, the split times.
We do. We do a lot of split times, especially hog to hog. It's a good indicator of where what speed the ice starts a game, and then you can really track it as the game progresses by timing both your team's rocks and even more so the other team's rocks. Stopwatches are used a lot there.
Did you ever do any of is it backline to hog?
Backline to hog, we do a little bit. I just don't find they're that effective. I prefer to just be able to see it and feel it.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes you might do it in your pocket and use it as a reference point after the shot, but being able to see it and feel it, and then oftentimes the thrower knows best. So if they can give you feedback either immediately or after the shot, that's a good way to do it too.
Yeah, and so many people, they just feel the rock different, so they could have a 0.2 split difference, but it could end up in the same spot.
Yeah, or more. I'm somebody who kicks out pretty slow and then adds, where Glenn is probably a little more old school in that respect. He slides out a lot slower with not much of an add. So his 3.8 hog backline to hog line might be my 4.2. There's a bit of a difference there for sure.
We talked about it on our last broadcast. When I played and we did do splits, I had to go to 6 decimal places. I like to be accurate. We never had a chance to play together, but if you were sweeping one of my stones, I needed the 6 spots.
100th of a millisecond.
I like to get down to the 1/1,000,000th of a second.
Yeah, well, you're trying to be perfect.
Yeah. It's weird that not many of my rocks ended up where I was intending to throw them, though.
Bad stopwatch.
Chance here, Dave. I think he can squeak past this yellow and use the other red as a catcher.
Looks like he might be able to get shot stone here if he can get to the inside and hit about half a rock on the low side of the red.
Might have to go audible here and play the high side double, it looks like. And they need work to do that. Opportunity missed there for Mark. Well, a chance to draw in. Ideal start for BC. A chance to draw the full 8 foot for 3.
Great start from Team BC. Like I said earlier, a lot of pretty precise draws, pretty precise takeouts made here. So they look pretty comfortable with the ice already earlier in the week.
Yeah, that's been a key. We're talking to Randy, and Randy's won a couple of things in his day.
One or two, yep.
Yeah, just a few. I don't know if you know, I've never lost to Randy at the Briar, though. It's a true story. But he said the key at this club level, the elite club level, is who can pick up on that draw weight first, and you just have a chance to apply so much pressure to the other team, because at your level, you can throw these huge weight multi-rock takeouts. That's not really the same here, so if you can load up the rings, it's such a huge advantage. This draw looks good. Going to stop just in time, so put 3 on the board in the first end. Team BC leads the Northwest Territories. We'll be back for the second end here. We'll update you on some other scores. We have the Alberta ladies taking on Newfoundland and Labrador. Alberta scored a single in the first. Waiting for people to get out of the way so I can give you some more scores. Do they not know I'm trying to update here? We had a 3-ball scored. Men's game, Northern Ontario trailing Team New Brunswick 3-0. Manitoba ladies leading PEI 1-0. Blank end in the first, Newfoundland and Labrador men's versus Nova Scotia. And in the sheet beside us, the Saskatchewan ladies scored 1 in the first. They're up on Nunavut 1-0. Now, you played a little bit in PEI?
I did. I played with Adam Casey, Robbie Doherty, and Anson Carmody in PEI during the 2015-2016 year. Shout out Team Yogi's big win tonight, Charlottetown PEI.
11-0 in 4 ends for the Yogies, moving the record. I think they're 4-5-1 on the season.
Getting ready for the Island Petroleum Cash Wheel coming up this weekend.
That's big. Like a lot of Olympic trial points on the line there.
Huge spiel. Hoff's been really getting dialed in for that one. He's been training hard for a couple weeks for that one. So
now, is it true when you played with Robbie, he'd do split times, but he would just count it in his head?
He would just, yeah.
I mean, he wasn't always accurate.
No, Mississippi's don't quite work on the curling ice. One, no. Mississippi, 2, Mississippi.
No,
so
it's tougher.
It makes it a lot harder for sure.
So a good start here for BC. They jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Tight. Control. Yep. Yep. What? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I set it back there. Very well.
Stevie Claxton, you want to have a tough fantasy football season. This guy's favorite team is the Seattle Seahawks. How's his life?
Russell Wilson. Not good.
Broken finger. Metcalf, no catches. He got shut out basically last night in his fantasy, but you know what? He'd be happy. His curling's going better than his football. Interesting call here. You're down 3-0. Probably need to get some rocks in play, Dave. They've got a center guard that was actually put up by BC, but you like the corner guard here, maybe draw around the center?
Yeah, I do like the corner guard. Even on your second one, you can still throw the corner guard with the 5-rock rule, and Team BC wouldn't be able to hit it. So I like throwing up a guard there probably. It might be just a case of Team Northwest Territories trying to get a little more comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, you know, not their best first end, but you may play a few more simple shots and maybe, you know, get your sea legs under you and get some confidence going.
Get a blank, maybe try and get an easy 2, get back in the game that way.
Just wait, just for wait.
Up 3-0. BC is going to continue to play aggressive here, draw around this center guard. Donnie Monk, favorite movie, Legally Blonde 2.
Yeah.
He didn't care for the first one, but he really liked the sequel. Did you happen to catch that movie, Dave? Dave's just going to take a break here while Michael plays the out turn come around. Dom was short on his, but it ends up in a pretty good spot for BC. This one just got away from Michael a little bit early.
Usable stone there for BC.
You know what? Like, that doesn't look like, obviously he wasn't playing that, but at the end of the day, they need rocks in play. They've now got staggered guards. Maybe they hope BC comes a little deep here, gives them the opportunity to freeze to something. Finding some upside.
A lot of usable stones up there. BC electing to leave rocks in play up 3. So they're obviously, like I've mentioned a couple times, feeling pretty comfortable, really trying to put the pedal to the metal here.
This one looks like it's flying a bit, a little wider. I'm not sure it's going to slow down though.
Slow down.
Just going to stop in the back 12. So now an opportunity for the Territories. They play out of the Inuvik Curling Club. Chance for Michael to make out-turn draw here. He just threw it. They're going to give him a hair more ice. His weight was actually probably pretty close to it.
Yeah, same weight, just either a little more ice or get out to the broom, just a little more positive here. But he should be pretty close given he just threw it like you said.
You've played on this ice. It's got some aggressive curl. The one thing I've noticed, the players are getting caught on a bit. Almost all of the misses are tight. You don't see as many of them being missed wide. I think that one actually picked.
That one looked like it picked right at the hog line. It was looking pretty good coming to the house there.
Very nice throw. Very unfortunate. That would have been lost in behind that staggered guard situation, but now a real opportunity for BC.
New wife out here. Mine's super curled, but 95? Yeah, true enough.
Newfoundland fans in the house here making a little bit of noise for their boys from the Rock.
Yeah, I love it. There's been some, I mean, a couple of Quebec teams they live fairly close here from what I understand. They've had tons of fans out. Manitoba's got fans here. Like, it's awesome. Like, it's great to see families travel. I mean, we're still battling COVID, obviously, but it's great to be able to have the opportunity to have live fans back in a curling club.
Another precise draw from Team BC there.
That was a really good scrub by Donnie. A great shot by Mike.
Buried behind staggered guards. Northwest Territory is going to have to deal with those. No one else I'd rather have in throwing this shot than Ryan Giddens. He's a out-turn pro.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say pro as much as his in-turn is really bad. Right, like he's only got, similar to Benny, he can only throw the one turn probably.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. He's tapping his head for weight. I'm not sure what that means. I played for Wernick, and back in the day, he'd tap his belly for belly weight. I mean, throw it as hard as you can. Decent-sized guzzler.
Eddie.
He might just squirt through the hole here. That was unbelievable. I'm not laughing at the result of the shot. The fact that
there's not much room there,
you
especially
can't do
from
that
our
if you
angle.
try.
No, couldn't do that again if you tried.
I mean, Glenn Howard, one of the best throwers of the stone ever, he tries to get through that hole 10 times. How many times does he get through it? 3?
There was not much room there. But sitting second shot.
Yeah. Always upside. I like that. Another opportunity here, though, now for Mike. Favorite curler, Lynn Kraviasik. Do you know Lynn at all?
Shout out. Know Lynn fairly well. She told me to behave myself this evening on the mic, so.
Okay. It's good advice.
Good advice, yeah.
I don't think you'll follow it, but it is good advice.
I was looking for a little motivation, but all I got was to behave yourself. So.
That's what you got.
Yeah.
think they were trying to maybe guard this run back that's not there.
Yeah, staggered guards. I don't think Team Northwest Territories was going to be able to access that Red Rock top 4.
Do you think is there only out right now the out-turn runner?
Out-turn runner. The benefit of playing that shot as well is it would open up one side of the sheet for a draw. Potentially give yourself an easier score at the end of the end.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. So for the fans at home, there's a rock out wide there. I'm going to try to do telestration. This guy, we're going to run it back this way. But even if you miss that shot, to Dave's point, you've now opened up your out-turn draw. There's enough of the forefoot there. You can tell I failed grade 9 art, eh? That was really bad with the telestrator. But I think the point's made. Playing your shot, it would open up. It can accomplish 2 things. And they might actually be able to run the double peel here.
Great shot there. Opened it up.
Yeah, they now have that double. Red. Draw's still very tough. Obviously, the out-turn's totally blocked. The in-turn would be tough. It's there, I think, but it'd be tough. Darren's going to lob a guard down right to the R on Everest, I believe. Whenever possible, always fit the brand into the commentary.
Noted.
Randy taught me that. Randy was fired from the broadcast earlier today.
Your choice?
Yeah. I just don't think he's won enough to be able to commentate at this level. So, I mean, who hasn't won 6 bars? He'll probably be back for one of our draw. You're going to come back and do the Ontario game this week?
Yeah, I'm going to come back and do the 4 p.m. draw on Thursday. My main man, Adam Spencer's playing that draw, the Crusher.
Off to a 3-0 start.
3-0 start, upstairs enjoying the hospitality. When I walked into the club this evening, shocker there for Crusher.
Yeah, they're a fun team. They're a very good team. I think they'll be right in this thing to the end of the week. I'd put them probably as the favorite in the men's side. Boys are working hard to scrub this one over the over the hog line to the center line. Ended up nearly on the R.
Covering about a quarter of that redstone up top. I'm not sure if Team Northwest Territories might be able to get through that hole with the intern and remove that rock. Won't be able to get to shot rock through that hole.
No. They're in a tough spot right now. Trailing 3-0. Just need to find a way to get at that redstone on the forefoot. They do have a counter in the back. Wow, he's going to take on the in-turn draw here. This is, I mean, if you make it, very tough for BC to follow you down. If you miss it, you're probably not going to have a shot to score, I would think. You play for Glenn, obviously. How big a part do you think it is? Like, the guy's got draw weight forever. How big a role do you play, though, in just communicating that path and telling him what to throw? That's a huge part of the game now, especially on arena ice.
Yeah, he's maybe one of the best ever at the soft weight shot, whether it's a draw or whether it's a hack weight hit. He might be the best to ever play the game at that shot. But it's just a matter of communicating the right weight to him. Tim and I really try and focus on that, of course, as a front-end duo, because if you give him the right information, generally he's going to be able to execute based on that. So for us, it's just a matter of paying attention to the pass, paying attention to the rocks, the ice, if there's anything changing, and relaying that to Glenn as best we can so that he can do his thing. So
this one is close, going to slide a little too far. Has Glenn ever showed you the rocks he brought over on Noah's Ark?
He has not. No, they're tucked away in the garage, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Only for special occasions they come out.
Yeah, they use them at the Howard family spiel. Very competitive spiel. You know, you got Russ, Carly.
Yeah, Scott's never won it.
No, Scott. He's been runner-up a few times, though, I understand.
Runner-up a couple times. We haven't heard the end of it.
Now it jams on the back yellow.
No, he's happy with a silver medal. Good situation here, Dave, if you are BC. I don't even think you have to throw, and the odds are you might steal one, but do they throw another log in the fire here, maybe?
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to put some even more pressure on Team Northwest Territories by following that yellow one down, getting another red one in there. I'm just trying to see if Team Northwest Territories might have that angle run back on the yellow one, like you said earlier. The good part about that last shot was it did stay for seconds, so BC's got to be a little bit careful here with Northwest Territories sitting second and third shot. Like you said, they might have that angle.
The one that I drew up
yellow.
so eloquently.
Yeah. I didn't quite see if you got the telestrator over the right rock, but the yellow one up there.
Yeah. Yellow on the red, that's all we have to say.
That's right.
I like the line here. Not sure. They got to drag it for weight.
Come on.
No, they're just playing it short. Good shot, though.
Don't want to overcurl in.
But now you've basically forced the team to play this. Ooh, he's thinking in-off.
In-off is definitely there for 3. Probably.
Look at Nick. Nick's looking like, dude, it's an in-off. Just make it, bro.
Just make it.
How'd you get in?
I think both shots are there, but both equally difficult.
You can.
Yeah, I mean, my instinct would be to run the yellow back myself, but depends what you're feeling.
Do I ever get to the nose of that?
Yeah, we can get the nose there for sure. That's the
with any weight.
Okay, so we're just playing super thin.
They're going through the hole super thin.
On center?
The intern.
Hey? Yep. So Mark, super thin.
The intern here for Mark looks to be about a quarter of a rock. Redirect his shooter off the red guard onto the red stone top 4.
Yeah, he's going to go thin off of this one, redirect over here, scoot that out the side. It's there for 2. But even at the highest level, you're going to make this one not very often.
Hard! 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 Anything?
Good attempts. But it's a steal of 1 for BC. So at the end of 2, they lead the Northwest Territories 4-0. Uphill climb now for the Northwest Territories, but still plenty of time. 6 ends, 5 rock rule. Need to get some corner guards up this end, maybe get some action going. You see Team Yogi's got over 100 followers now on their Instagram.
Did they? 100 and growing.
Yeah.
Huge fan base out there on the island, and also from off the island, as they say, from away.
Term is, from away.
From away.
All of our games now are in the 3rd end, so I can tell you that the PEI ladies are leading Manitoba 2-1. New Brunswick out to a 5-0 lead in the men's game over Northern Ontario. Newfoundland and Labrador up 2-0 in the men's game over Nova Scotia. Saskatchewan ladies leading Nunavut 2-0. And Newfoundland and Labrador ladies up 2-1 over Alberta. Alberta with the hammer playing 3. Nice start to the end there. You have 5-0. No sense throwing a guard.
Don't need any more guards. Put one in there. Northwest Territories is going to probably throw up at least 1 corner guard this end.
Stevie Claxton made friends with me right away this week. He said he used to follow my Twitter account, and you know how much I love that. So
very entertaining.
Yeah, I had to close it down due to legal. So I'm not sure if you've had as much experience being down 4-0 as I have, but what are your thoughts here if you ever found yourself down 4-0?
You just got to stick with it. Obviously not a dream start for Team Northwest Territories, but like you said, get a couple guards up, get some rocks in play. Try and put some pressure on the other team. Good thing for Northwest Territories, it's only the 3rd end. So we've got 6 ends left, lots of time to come back.
Light. Tight guards already.
Yeah, they actually had chances early in that end. They had an opportunity in second to come around, stagger guards, and they just they had that pick. Very
unfortunate
unfortunate.
pick. That one looked really good. If they could have got that one in there buried, it would have been likely a different story for the end.
I like this, though. They're going to ignore the action going on the center line. They're going to go with the wide out-turn draw here. Have Glenn try to sink one with the out-turn.
Yeah, Team BC even did them what I would consider probably a bit of a favor there by throwing another guard.
I agree.
Up by 4. Guards aren't your friend with the lead, but they will be the friend of Northwest Territories here.
All the way. I got the yellow.
Even this one, you know, he tried to come around, missed it, but essentially he's got 2 corner guards. Again, not bad. You're just creating, like you say, more offense here.
Double corner guard. As far as Northwest Territories is concerned, you're pretty happy after the first 4 rocks at the end here, and it looks like BC is going up to throw a 4th guard. So Northwest Territories is going to have to move some rocks here at some point, but pretty good start to the end.
Do you ever find, like right now, BC, obviously, they're controlling most of the play, even though you do want to keep it open, as you say, and what you do with do you find that if your competitive advantage is that much, maybe you just continue to try to put pressure on the other team and break them?
Nothing wrong with that either, and I've said it a few times now, BC looks really comfortable, so nothing wrong with trying to keep the pedal down on Team Northwest Territories here if you're feeling comfortable and confident.
Those guards are close enough together. They could probably kill them both fairly easily and save the shooter, I think.
Group the red stones. I'm not sure if it makes contact with the one in the top 4. Probably just misses it, but eventually here, Northwest Territories is going to have to deal with those 2 guards. So looks like they're going up to do that.
The initial call was going to be the come around. I'd like you've already got the 2 corners. I think you want to try to save your shooter here.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
Yep. Yep. Right up.
Sorry, Randy Furby's disturbing us right now. He's trying to get his job back, but I had to let him know that he's going to have to stick to his Everest duties. He'll no longer be needed in the booth until tomorrow. Donnie Monk probably throwing this one just short. Dave, they're going to replace. Double peel was made. Chance to double guard. They're definitely looking to play aggressive here. They're not interested in any peeling.
No, they're really going after Team Northwest Territories here.
Good sweeping, guys. Good sweep.
And nothing wrong with that. Like you said, if BC's willing to go, then let's go. So
Yeah, play to your strengths. Did you ever have the opportunity to play against Mr. Furby?
I did once or twice. When I first started playing with John Epping, I think we played against Randy once or twice.
How did it go for you?
Not well, I don't think.
No, that happens.
No.
I beat Randy the first time I ever played him. I comfortably lost every game after that, though.
I got it, buddy.
Can't win them all unless you win the first one. So
He doesn't even believe. I mean, look at him over there. Red Deer, Hunter Cashbill, playing for the wrench. Extra end, we beat you. I curled 38%, but we got you, bro.
Take your time.
He gets it now. Now he knows. He had Carter Rycroft on the team then before they kicked Carter off, and he was forced to play with Kevin Martin. Mike's had a good game so far. Really good control of his draw weight. Some nice hits being made this end by the Northwest Territories, but they can't quite open up that path to get to that red rock yet.
no, and another good rock placement here by Team BC. It looks like maybe a shade light, but very usable stone. I'm not sure if there's an outturned hole there, Pete. But
I think there is, based on what we've seen so far this week, Dave. That will curl enough for sure. Again, you have to have the right way. It's no gimme by any stretch, but the hole's definitely there.
Light inside, you hit the yellow.
Yep.
Looking for maybe hack weight. Is that what happens when you touch the bottom of your foot?
I think that's, yeah, hack to board, somewhere in there.
Down.
These are the ones we've seen for the most of the week miss tight.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, hard, hard, buddy,
Hard,
hard.
hard. Sweep that one.
Everest sells some whole life insurance, help you out with your funeral costs and whatnot. What they need to do is insure some guards here. Although might be a money losing proposition because there's been some wrecks. It's tough. Like, you got to get aggressive with your handle on those hackboard waders.
He's going to run one of those yellows or something.
You do. On ice that curls like this, you really have to make sure you're positive and out to the broom. Anything soft and anything light is gonna curl early and gone. So
I think they're probably just plugging the hole here. Going to have Mike lob one down to the center line.
You got to run. Tight. Just hit over. Just over. Off that one. Get a Rick.
It's not going to make it. It's not going to make it.
Said it's not going to make. I think that ends up in a very nice spot for BC.
very nice spot, guarded the hole. It's going to change Northwest Territories' shot here, so mission accomplished.
It's actually too bad. The Territories got off this end. They, a couple center or corners to get started, and they could just never quite make that double peel to open up the back. And now we're all the way down to thirds last, and it's getting late in the end to score your deuce. Maybe a skips deuce here though.
Yep.
Sort of a similar end to last end, where BC was able to get one in the forefoot early, and has basically been able to throw lesser degree of difficulty shots than Team Northwest Territories the rest of the way. And Northwest Territories, like you said, just haven't been able to clear the front and get access to that stone. So,
Like the double peel call there.
yeah, good double peel
Opens
shot.
everything up.
Opened up the intern side here, going away from us.
That's how you open it.
Still, to your point, being the first one in,
Yep.
especially when it's very hard to, make multiple rock takeouts, such a huge advantage in the whole game. Like you said, last two ends, the Territories has just been chasing and chasing and chasing. They finally got both guards removed, but now Darren has a chance. He's already lying one. I think he's going to maybe try to Christmas tree this one a bit. I might throw it just dead short on the first one, maybe Christmas tree the next one.
Yeah, straight guard, it's going to be tough for Northwest Territories to access the forefoot. So tight guard, just a foot off the center line. Looked like they tapped in. Is that what you saw as well? Or
I think so. I think they want to sort of be top 12 is what he's calling, but you agree, probably a couple feet short here guarding. It's probably the better
just
shot on your
straight guard. Yep, straight guard. Nothing, don't need to be too precise with this one. Just straight guard it and make Northwest Territories come to you. So
12 foot. 12 foot.
Yeah, keep going. We're light. We're light. We're light.
Darren's favorite movie is Showgirls. I think it got ignored at the Oscars. It was probably a better movie than some of what the critics
Underrated
give it
for
credit
sure.
for, yeah.
Team BC a little light on that draw. The sweepers were calling light most of the way down the sheet. Worked out okay though. That's
actually where you would have wanted to throw it.
pretty good spot for the red one. Northwest Territories here with a really good shot might be able to roll into the rings off that red one. So ideally for Team BC, a couple of feet shorter wouldn't have given Northwest Territories that option, but does the job. It's in the way. Northwest Territories is going to have to deal with that stone just short of the rings.
While they're talking, let's talk about favorite movie. Mr. Mather's favorite movie.
Man. It's probably a sports movie. Major League is up there. Big Major League fan.
Again, sequel, horrible.
Awful
Original,
sequel. Yeah.
amazing.
Rarely is the second one as good as the
it's
first.
Unwatch-
But
like Caddyshack 2 was unwatchable.
yeah, unwatchable. Major League, I actually saw that one with the PEI boys for the first time 5 or 6 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Great movie. Rene Rousseau, big fan.
I think Hoff maybe nachos that day. We watched Major League together. Hoff makes a mean nacho. Yogi's
So
Bar and Grill
basically-
also has nice nachos. Shout out. Fine dining, Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island.
There you go.
Sponsor of Team Yogi's.
Mark throwing the out turn or in turn run back here. They're going to need this one to curl. Right now, looks like he's dangerously close to going by everything. Just clipped it into the rings. Not quite far enough to make it usable for an in-off, so now facing a lot of trouble.
Looks like Team BC signaling to replace that guard just short of the rings. Will make Northwest Territories' life very difficult. They'll probably have to throw the wide in turn to the forefoote for their one if this guard is made properly.
Yeah, you could throw a biter here. I mean, I don't think this is more a line shot than the weight shot.
Exactly, line shot for sure. Whether it's biting, it would be nice to bite, make him throw against one more, but ideally just a line shot. You want to block this red and make him go wide with the intern for the draw.
I got a little bit more too.
Darren's had the luxury of just drawing this game as well, and when you're a skip, you love that because it usually means if you're throwing that many in a row that you're throwing some guards, because normally if a skip's in trouble, he's got to throw some high, hard ones somewhere, but he's had the ability. I think just about every shot he's thrown so far has been a draw.
Yeah, the degree of difficulty for Team BC has been much lower than what the Team Northwest Territories skip has been facing. So,
speaking of degree of difficulty, this one's looking really tough. They might be able to play the in-turn draw through the hole. Hope it doesn't over curl. You got to be fairly aggressive with the handle to go through that port and maintain the line, or you could do what you said and go way wide, and you need, you know, half a rock on the 4.
yeah, equally difficult. The wide in-turn draw is for sure there. It's hard. This one becomes probably even more of a line shot than a weight shot to make sure you get through the hole. So high degree of difficulty here.
You're in this situation, you're playing the wide one.
Probably the wide one,
Yeah.
yep. I mean, you don't have to be as precise. It's Northwest Territories is down 4, so you don't want to see another steal, but you've got a little more margin for error with the wide in-turn, whereas if you're throwing through that hole, could get scary.
Yeah, it's gross, yeah.
They're looking at the out-turn hit and roll here. I don't think that's there from our
there's
angle.
nothing there. Well, hold them to 1, that's all you
Yeah.
do. No chance of getting inside, so they're going to take this in-turn draw on through the hole. Give him full marks if he makes this one. Final rock here of the 3rd end. Mark Robertson throwing skip rocks for the Northwest Territories. Currently trailing 4-0.
Yeah.
Danger of this one too. You could actually promote them up and give up a 3 steal.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Like that. So that is 3 red, end of 3. BC off to a huge start here against the Northwest Territories. They're up a touchdown. Weight was close, but that was an extremely difficult shot, Dave.
Yeah, that was tough. It was. It's hard enough to draw the 4-foot, and then you add in a very difficult line shot as well, having to navigate both the high guard and then the tight center guard that Team B had just thrown. BC had just thrown. So high degree of difficulty there. Weight looked close, just didn't quite curl enough to get by the tight red guard.
So for our viewers that don't know, now has your marriage, has that taken place yet?
It has not, no. Supposed to get, no. A couple years ago.
COVID's delayed it, correct?
COVID delayed it, yeah.
Like, that's got to worry you a bit. Lynn might figure out, so you're engaged to Lynn Krabiasek. She might figure out
Yeah, she
that
hasn't
you're
caught on
overachieving.
yet.
Yeah.
Oh, way out of my. Yeah.
Hopefully she's not listening right now.
She might be. She might be, yeah. So, yeah, COVID's really delayed that. Not ideal for me.
No.
No.
Very bad for you.
Bad for me. She doesn't seem too concerned.
Yeah. I mean, she's She's got other options, but again, maybe, COVID's distracted her from that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to put you really on the spot here.
Okay.
You have Allison Kreviasik, you have Lynn Kreviasik, you have Cheryl Kreviasik, all extremely good players. They've all been to the Scotties, Olympic trials, etc. Who's the best of those three players, bro?
Oh, boy. That's...
And you got to answer it.
I don't know.
And if you
I
want
can
this
do
marriage
that.
to come true, you better say one name right now.
Yeah. Lynn played really well last week. And now Allison's over in Sweden right now with Freddie Lindberg there. And
doing a lot of coaching over there.
A lot of coaching with the Swedish national team. I think she's involved with the junior program, the mixed doubles program, the wheelchair programs over there, and doing really well. So Cheryl, I don't know if Cheryl would be listening to this broadcast, but
one of my favorite moments for Cheryl was, she wins the world championship as fifth, playing for Holman. Then they go out, they win the Olympic trials, and she was not allowed to go to the Olympics for whatever reason, and that's fine. But then she goes on and wins the Scotties that year and fulfills her lifelong dream, which I thought was just amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. Really nice to see Cheryl get there by winning Ontario and following the footsteps of obviously her two bigger sisters who had done it before her,
Yes.
which is really cool. So yeah, lots of curling talent in that Krebs family. Comes from the mom's side. Janice, not
Obviously.
so much from the dad's side, I don't think. But
No, I mean, my brother plays in the same league as Doug here at the Ottawa Hunt, but they never play each other because my brother's in the A division and I think Doug's in the D.
yeah,
Plays with Johnny Shea.
Yeah, I heard Doug swept the opening rock here yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Is that true?
It was perfect, but then Doug burned it.
Burned it.
Yeah.
Well, happens. Really nice start here for Team Northwest Territories. Great two shots by to get things going here with the corner guard and then get one lost in behind there.
I like that call. I see this a lot now at the highest level where it used to be, they throw a center, you throw a corner, they'd go around the center and you would chase them. And now more and more teams are ignoring that center, going around the corner. If you're going to throw the corner, you might as well use it.
You might as well use it. Glenn always says that. If you're going to throw the corner, you're throwing it for a reason. So if the league can get their second rock behind there, oftentimes the other team won't even try and chase it if they make it and they're good, because either A, you're going to wreck on the guard. With the 5-rock rule, the guard can't be removed from play. So you're better off to get a rock in the top of the 4-foot or a tight guard zone. So this rock's probably going to go back here.
Are they going to? Yep. Some teams forget to put it back, actually. Donnie's been playing well tonight. That wasn't his best. That looked more like a pass from Russell Wilson, maybe. But if you're going to miss, a good time to miss is when you're up 7-0.
Yep, not too bad. Up 7 in the fourth end here, but a chance for Northwest Territories to get another one, get buried behind this corner guard. Got something going.
Like you say, you need to play one good end here, catch a break. Maybe you throw 3 on the board, you go to the fourth end, you regroup, fourth end break. You got a chance. We saw it the other night. A team was down 4-0 to start. They got forced, but then they stole 3 ends in a row.
That was the Nunavut game, if I'm not mistaken. Is
It
that
was
right? Yeah, they
versus
got down early, and then they hung around, and PEI had to make their last shot to win. So, didn't they? Or
Yeah, they
came
did.
down to last
They
shot.
did.
So
PI has the experience of playing in that cash league. Hoff might be leading that league this year. I mean, they don't even need Doherty. That's how good Hoff's playing right now.
no, Hoff can carry a team all on his own. Lincoln Peters out there too. We got to get our boy Anson Carmody back curling. Not sure what's happened to him.
He was a great player. That team you guys had, you knocked Jacobs off in Sault Ste. Marie at a slam. I remember that. That was a very good team. A lot of the teams out east don't get a chance to travel as much anymore. Obviously, Gushu does. But you were probably the only, I've been working the slams now 8 years, the only team from out east that actually played their way in and qualified for the slams.
Yeah, there's not many. Suzanne Burt's team probably does it the most.
In the women's, for sure.
In the women's from the Maritimes right now. Ton of respect for them for working as hard as they do, and they travel just as much as anybody in the Maritimes for sure. Really good team out of PEI. But you're right, Gushu. There's been a couple other teams on the men's side. Jamie Murphy, Paul Fleming's team used to travel and still do quite a bit.
Those guys still make tons of shots. They just don't play as much as they used to. Family commitments and things like that now.
Family commitments. Paul Fleming Scott Zachary played third for him this year and lit it up at the pre-trials. So, yeah, good curlers, even better guys, too, those Maritime boys. Yeah,
100%.
Awesome guys.
Scott and Flam are two of the best people. Flam's been going a long time. Yeah, I used to play against him. That's how old he is. But
I missed it.
yeah, Anson was interesting when I curled with him. You had to take sunscreen to Spiels.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
boy was pale.
yeah.
The lights were too bright.
Well, I was just thinking here, looking at the screen and looking out on the ice, the lights are really bright. You probably have to take some sunscreen for Anson, but
He couldn't do TV games. You guys had to bring in the fifth.
no, once the TV lights went on, he was out of commission, unfortunately. So
Intern hit opportunity here, Dave, for the double. That guard for the Territories curled not quite enough. And no mistake made there. Good shot by Mike Sitter.
great game by Mike so far. He's been really sharp.
Mike was actually on season 7 of The Bachelor Canada.
Really,
First one eliminated.
I can see that.
Yeah, it happened. But, he got on the show. Do you mean you could see it happening that he got kicked off
Oh no,
the show?
sorry, I meant that.
You taking a shot at him, bro? You don't even know him. He's a nice guy. Wow. That was aggressive. I could see that. Wow. People think I'm harsh in the booth. I'm trying to give the guy a compliment. You just throw him under the bus.
On its own, I think.
Unreal. Still a good chance here. Again, that Red Rock's in a very good spot for BC. So even if this is made by Nick, they're going to be chasing. And that's sort of been the story of this game so far.
Good looking shot from Nick, but like you said, eventually you're going to have to deal with that Redstone top 4, and looks like it might be accessible with the out turn, but just tough to get buried there to be shot on the in turn.
What do you like here, up 7-0? Do you ever rip the guard? Do you chase it?
Earlier in the end, I didn't hate ripping the guard. We're getting sort of down to it here, so I don't have any issue with Mike trying to draw another one in here, put a little pressure on Team Northwest Territories. Those guards are, as we get later in the end here, those guards probably aren't going to go anywhere. So
No.
might as well get another one in there. And
You're going to be nice to Mike now?
yeah,
I'll apologize to him.
yeah,
after.
please do. I'm going to have to buy him a beer after,
Yeah.
I think.
Looks like he's got nice weight here. Might need to break a bit.
Looks really close.
We're to it.
Nice handle on this, though. Really nice throw.
Got in.
That is very, very good.
Good wait, Mike.
Real tough spot now. Again, Nick's going to have to chase this one down. Mike had a nice little soft handle. That one really finished hard at the end. They're going to call down Nick and talk about this.
Foot higher would be good.
We'll update the rest of the scores when we get back after our fourth end break here.
98.
I know Steve, instead of 3 or 5, 6.
Yeah.
I just kind of make you guys sweep a lot.
Yep.
But doing that extra is you know mine will go further.
Oh yeah.
Tough spot here, Dave. Like, do you think you can get there with the in-turn draw for shot or no?
Looks really hard. BC just made a really good shot to get to where they did, and it would be tough to get even more buried behind that guard. Nick's probably going to have to deal with these guards here now to theme of the game again. Make sure they have an easier chance to score.
Right?
It's just they've been their degree of difficulty late in ends has just been way too high.
Might be able to do the old hit this right in the hole, maybe squirt through with the yellow stone. I think he's going to hit the yellow one a little too thick, though, unless they can make this move. Spin up, opens up the back. Nothing there on the out turn now. You can draw around, I guess, still.
And I think you heard Nick there. He just said he's just not quite hitting the broom. That one was a little bit wide of the target.
I like the honesty, though. Like we talked about that with Randy earlier our game today, and Especially, you think of the way that team used to throw the rock Furby. None of them were picture perfect. So they needed feedback. Like, did that run there or did you throw it back? And I don't know what your team is like. Like, Glenn throws it more pure, but at least he always did. But you always have to be given feedback. You could say, I think I started that one, I think, or you don't learn from anything. You don't know where to put the broom on the next one, right?
That's right. The shot's not over once you miss it. You really got to figure out why you missed it, whether it was a weight issue or whether it was the broom in the wrong spot. Whatever the reason was, you got to learn from it then so it doesn't happen later.
Now, when I played, quite often it was weight and line.
Weight and line.
Probably the wrong call. So what do we learn from that?
If you miss the weight and the line on the shot, you're probably in trouble.
It's not great.
No, those are...
Yeah.
No.
Pretty easy shot here for Darren. Just he can lob the in-turn, draw down. Basically trying to take away the path for BC to the 4-foot. Scrubbing hard to try to close this hole.
Might still be a hole there. Not sure if they can play down to this back here, this red side 4 just behind the tee line.
Think it's there, probably with the out turn.
And you don't even have to, you could roll buried behind the center line ones. Even if you just stay on the nose of the red one, you're going to be shot rock and tough for BC to remove it.
Yeah, you get through the hole here, you're pretty happy. You got a good situation for yourself. We're at the Ottawa Hunt Club here. You mentioned the golf course earlier. Have you had the opportunity to play it?
I have. Incredible. It's eaten me alive a couple times.
But you're a very good, you're a modest guy, but you're a very good golfer.
I enjoy golf.
What's your handicap? Don't give me this I enjoy it.
I'm pretty much a zero.
Golfer. Yeah,
pretty much
just,
a zero.
Just a scratch, no big deal.
I have a bit of a golf problem, actually. I play at a course here just outside of Ottawa with a couple people in the curling world. Adam Kingsbury, coach for Team Dunstone. Lisa Weigel, Olympic trials champ.
The champ.
The champ. Yeah, we have a lot of fun, but great golf course here.
All the way.
Good scrub through the hole. Just going to roll too far.
That was close. I'm looking at the guards here. I wonder if they could have played the other turn on it.
I like the out turn way better on
looked
that
a little
one,
more natural with the out turn. He navigated the hole quite well, but once he got through the hole, the rock continued to curl towards the center line.
Yeah, they play the out turn. It's going to curl towards the rock. You know what? Again, not a ton of experience for some of these teams. It was a good throw, but if he had executed it from the out turn side with the same throw, he's probably lying one right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Doug, your soon-to-be father-in-law, is he a member here?
Doug is a member here. Yeah, he's.
Does he ever get you out of here? He's a bit cheap.
And no, Doug's a curling member here. He's a golf member at another course not far away. Didn't golf with Doug at all last year. He I never got the invite.
Yeah, I get that with him.
Yeah,
he's very standoffish.
Shorter hitter. I think it's
weak backswing, right?
Well, yeah.
Shorter hitter, and you're not even talking about how far he hits the ball off the tee. Another dream come true for Darren here, just throwing a guard. It's already almost double guarded anyway, just got to plug the hole.
Yeah, and looking good here. Once Team BC makes this guard, it's going to be very difficult again for Northwest Territories to score. Looks like they do have the out-turn draw. The problem for Northwest Territories this end on this particular shot is it doesn't look like anybody's been out here for a while. So
no.
A little bit of a guess on the speed.
No, this ice has been sitting dormant for long enough. It could have grown some roots. Like it's going to be a guess on the weight and the line. I think there's plenty of room if he gets by the guard. That won't be the issue. It's just very hard to guess at the weight here.
Yeah, plenty of room, and he just needs about half 4 foot to be shot stone here. So lots of time for the rock to curl past the guard to get there as well. But like you said, Pete, a little bit of a guess on how much slower it might have gotten out here since they last played it.
I like it. It's close. Yep. Hard weight. Light.
Yeah, they got to drill it for weight here. Just got out. It's gone, I think. It's getting eaten up a bit by the pebble. It was a good throw. He got out to it, but just light.
Yeah, good sweeping by the sweepers to get it by the guard there.
That's how good my eye is, though, I know. You know? That was a great attempt, but at the end of the day, it's another steal of 2 for BC. They lead the Northwest Territories as we go to the fourth end break, 9-0. We'll be right back here from the Ottawa Hunt Club after this commercial break.
This ice is everything. It's where I come to feel close to her, to feel whole. This building helped raise me when my mother no longer could. When I step on the ice, she steps with me. My dad is my rock. We're a team now, like the 4 of us when we step on the ice. People say that this isn't a contact sport, but that's not true. It contacts you where you need it the most.
Before there was ice, there was our hallway at home. I was always the shy, quiet kid who loved math. But when I saw math come alive in the geometry of the game, I found my passion and my voice. It's a game of precision, a game of inches. It's the equation that now defines who I am.
One might say I was born to overcome challenges. 2 months premature, in and out of the hospital, and a heart condition. My parents call me their miracle baby. As with all survivors, I searched for my place in this world, and I found it here. This pebbled ice is where I battle now, and at only 12, I am already a 5-year veteran of this sport. I have my sights set on the Olympics. I will push hard to get there. The only size that matters in this sport is the size of your dreams.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Ottawa Hunt Club. David Mathers here on the mic with Pete Stetsky, who has gone MIA for the moment. Sure we'll find him here shortly. BC with an impressive first half, up 9-0 over the Northwest Territories team. Team BC looking like they're throwing their first rock into the top of the forefoot here. Good looking shot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa. Oh, 81. 81.
Well, we got some time. I'm going to update you on some other scores here. Saskatchewan women up 3-1 on Nunavut after the fourth end break. The boys from the Rock up 5-2 on Nova Scotia after 4. Alberta women leading Newfoundland women 5-3. New Brunswick men up 6-2 on Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario will have the hammer in the fifth end here. And can't see, looks like PEI and Manitoba women are tied at 2 after 4. So tight battle over there on sheet 6. Pete, do you want to tell everybody where you just were? Or?
You know what? I got trapped. Randy just begging to try to get his job back.
Was he?
I told him, you know, we're going to give him a shot tomorrow for one more, but he can't do any prime time work.
No,
he's strictly daytime.
Noon draw.
You pushed out hard. Right.
You're hired again, though, covering like that, stepping up.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have you had to do that for Scotty Howard, right?
Once or twice. Yeah, he's had to do it a few times for me, though, too. So.
Yeah, you know what? He's a good teammate that way. I like that.
So, Pete, I updated everybody on the scores.
I heard that.
Think I got all the sheets there. A couple people were in the way, but I think I got all the sheets there. And
did you remember to do men's game, women's game?
I did.
Good man.
Yep,
good man. You're well trained.
I learned from the best.
You're honestly saying this is your first time doing this?
Like I said at the start of the broadcast, long-time listener, first time on the mic here, but...
You were a big fan of Curling After Dark back in the day. Good show.
Big fan of that. Yep, had a couple evenings listening to Curling After Dark. And very entertaining stuff back in the day there.
Different time back then, different world.
Different time, yep, different time.
Okay, all right. Yeah, draw away. 3-7. 3-7.
Corner guard here.
Way light.
Good start to the end for BC, though. Just stacking rocks on the forefoot.
That's a good miss.
But if you hold it at a 3-7, it goes to light.
Just pull them back at it.
Not sure what the minimum requirement is. I think it might be 6 ends. Just in case momentum doesn't switch here. What's the shortest game you've played winning, if you can remember, winning and losing on the tour?
3 ends a couple times, and that's been both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, winning in 3 ends, and we've also lost in 3 ends. Lost a couple years ago to Bruce Mowett's team in 3 ends at a slam.
Everyone's doing that now. I was actually, you know what? I don't know if you remember this, but there would have been 5 sheets. I introduced 10 teams. I forgot to introduce your team that game, and you guys dropped 6 in the first.
Probably
so I felt responsible.
Yeah.
I felt responsible for that.
Bruce Mowett's team, maybe the best team in the world right now.
I think they absolutely are.
They're on a heater, and they're just getting better. What seems like by the spiel. They work incredibly hard over there, and I don't know. You watch Lammy sweep; it's hard to. It's hard to miss.
I don't even know. Like
Hammy and Lammy.
They're not the best 3 teams in the world. I don't know that. Although one thing we talked about this when I had Samantha doing commentary last draw. You know, they went 19 games in a row in a slam, lost 1, and then they won 3 in a row, won the qualified quarter semi, so they're now 22-1, but then they lost again. Both of those losses were to Gushu. So that, that bodes well for Brad going into the Olympics, that he's beat him twice recently, because nobody else has.
It does, yeah. But Gushu's team's had an incredible year, too. Same with Team Jacobs. I mean, when you look at the European final this weekend, Mowat versus Eden, and then you look at the trials final, Gushu versus Jacobs.
4 of the best teams right there, right?
4 of the best teams in the world, and you can see why. Like, Gushu and Jacobs were incredible all week. Gushu's team was that little bit better in the final, and at that level, that's the difference. You have to be nearly perfect to win. So,
yeah, they played the final very close to the vest. I didn't get an opportunity to see a lot of it. We were at the Everest opening banquet here. They had the game on in the background, but I caught the last end.
That's pretty close to the same he gave me.
Were there enough rocks in play throughout the game, or did they play it pretty tight?
The men's final was pretty conservative, I would say.
Boring.
Not so much boring, just very. I mean, Gushu was up by 1 for a lot of the game, and that had Jacobs chasing a little bit, and just against a team like Gushu, it's hard to generate anything. And incredible week by Brad Jacobs and the guys too. They were maybe
100%.
the best team there during the round robin over the course of the week, and like I said, you got to be basically perfect to win, and Gushu's team on Sunday was just that inch better.
We've said it with everyone who's been in the booth here this week. That women's Olympics is going to be unreal.
Bananas.
Because there's still a qualifier. So Scotland, for those who don't know, Scotland is not yet qualified, nor has Japan. But there's a north of 90% chance they'll come out of that next qualifier. And then potential medal winners in the women's are US, Canada, Sweden, Scotland, Japan, Korea. I'm forgetting somebody.
Switzerland, did you say
Switzerland, obviously, yeah. Switzerland, the defending 2-time world champions. Probably 7 ladies teams that could medal.
Incredible. To think Eve Muirhead just won the Europeans, and she's not even qualified yet for the Olympics. So
great for Eve to be back. They've done a real reshuffle in Scotland in the women's program. She's playing with a brand new team. But like you just said, they'd beat Hasselborg, who'll probably be the top seed, I would say, going into the Olympics, the reigning Olympic gold medalist. So Eve's going in there hot if she makes it. Obviously, Jen has won her gold medal before. It's going to be insane television. Although we won't be able to watch a lot of it because it's in China. So there's that.
There's that. Team Northwest Territories with a couple rocks in the rings here as Nick comes up to throw his first stone of the 5th. Not a bad angle on that yellow, red here too, if they can get another yellow rock in here. Looks like they're trying to move the red, biting the top of the 8-foot.
There now. Able to kill that. They have 3 counters. Still a decent situation. Yellow, red. You're probably not going to kill the middle red unless you rifle it, but this is probably the best end they've had going for a little while. Not as much chasing this end.
Better start to the end for Team Northwest Territories here. They got 3 yellows in the rings and largely open. No guards up front, which down 9, you'd probably prefer to have some guards in play, but like we've talked about a couple ends, this game, Northwest Territories has just had such a difficult shot to score, so they've left themselves that.
Way too late.
It's too much broom.
Yeah.
It's too much. No, that was right
Mike not happy with the skipper there. He wants him to tighten the ice.
Doesn't sound happy with where the broom placement was. I'm sure they'll talk about that after the game.
Up 9-0. I tend not to complain a whole lot, but
like the competitiveness though.
Yeah, I do. Still better about getting kicked off the Bachelor, but whatever.
It just seems different. I'm not sure if it is.
Looking to make a play here, Dave, on the center line stones. Judging on the ice, maybe a little hack waiter here, board waiter.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to move these for sure. Eventually, you're going to have to deal with those 2 red rocks on the top of the 4-foot, but it looks like he's trying to play off his Yellowstone top 8, maybe roll behind the red and the yellow there off to the side of the 8 foot. Try and get one buried over there. Just like that. Good shot there from Nick.
Yeah, they got 3 in there. Red could be shot. It's a toss-up to see who's shot. It won't matter in a second here, but they've got 3rd shot and 5th shot. Love to see a little sort of half shot here out of BC. They might be able to hang a 3 ball on the board.
Red there.
We talked earlier about the shortest game. I played in Sudbury one time. We're playing Al Hackner. We're tied 1-1 after 2. I've got a hit through a hole, but like, to call it a hole is generous. Like it's very makeable. To lie 2. Get her going just a touch. Wick off of the one I'm trying to scrape by. Comes into the rings, clips our own out. That one then clips our other one out. Everything rolls out of the rings. Al draws the rings for 7.
Oh.
We're gone.
I'm sure your teammates were your best friends after that one.
You know what? They got used to it. They got used to it. It's funny, people coming in after, like 1-1. Why are you guys in a, like, you having a third hand break?
No, just almost scored 8.
No, just gave up 7 ball.
Yep.
Have you ever scored 8?
No, haven't. Stolen 7.
I have stolen 7. I've scored 7. I've given up 7. Never scored 8.
No.
My dad actually scored 8 in a mixed game that he was up 5 at the time. They dropped an 8 ball but won the game. Welcome to Northern Ontario Junior Mixed in 1966. Open hit here for Darren. Opportunity to like 2. He'd love to hit this, maybe roll a little bit towards the buried rocks out on the wing. Roll the other way instead. Going to be an opportunity to make the double here. Lie 2 for the Northwest Territories.
We've thrown this numerous times. We've thrown it numerous times. Knows it. Yeah, you want control or normal?
I'm a little bored at home right now, Dave. Like there's, COVID. You've watched everything. What are you watching on TV right now? What are you streaming? Talk to me. What do I need to watch?
Not really in the middle of anything. The last thing we probably watched was The Office. Not really in the middle of watching much at all right now. I'm trying to watch the Ottawa Senators, but that is painful to watch.
Well, that's got to be tough. Yeah, I mean, I live in Toronto. I'm not a Leaf fan, and I really like they're my least favorite team in sports. Well, my favorite team in sports is anyone the Leafs are playing.
Oh, and Tim, Scott, and Glenn are such huge Leaf fans, and it's just painful to listen to sometimes. I got to mute the group chat.
Yeah, I mean, it's embarrassing for them that they do that.
Just saw that the Kings' Brendan Lemieux got suspended for 5 games for that incident.
What, he bit a guy and they're going to suspend him?
Yeah, bit Brady Trout. Yeah, I can't do that in hockey. Nice shot here by Northwest Territories. Eliminates both Reds. Sit 2.
Scrub that out. Yeah, really nice. Nice way of control there.
They also sit 4th, which might come into play there on the left-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, if you get a hit and roll out here, you'd have an opportunity maybe to hit and roll in, just squeak it past yours on the half 8, and you might score a 3 ball.
Kept the yellow in play, that's the big deal.
Yeah, I don't understand how people can be Leafs fans. Oh, this is is it your year?
Is it? Yeah.
Last time you won the Stanley Cup, the NHL was a family league. There were 6 teams. Eventually you had to win. There was only 6 teams.
Yeah, and last year with the Canadian division, they couldn't even get out of that. That was
embarrassing.
That was fantastic to watch.
That was good TV. Don't get me wrong. This is an excellent stream, and people should be tuning in. But that was good television. Watching the Leafs get knocked out.
Up 3-1, gone.
So facing first little bit of diciness in this game. Territories lie 2. Darren has an opportunity. He could actually make the double here, Dave. It's probably worth taking on, and at the same time, he doesn't have to take it on. I don't know. When you're up 9-0, there's not a lot of pressure.
Not a lot of pressure. Double's definitely there. He's got to be a little bit careful with a couple of red rocks hanging around the back of the 12-foot there on a
There is some jam possibility, yeah, for sure. Unless you hook it.
Boys working hard on this one early.
Wow, we were talking about the jam. We didn't mean on that one. And he's, you know what? I don't think that hurts him because there's a rock way out on the other side that's going to count it. That was creative, though. Very creative.
Creative for sure. You're right. Doesn't look like there's a double opportunity available on these reds. Might be able to navigate that red through some sort of hole back there and roll in for 3.
I'd like to see him take this on, actually. Might as well, right? You're down 9. Try this shot.
Yep. Try it for 3. Scoring 3 would definitely keep you and get you back in the game a little bit. So good angle here from the TV screen here. You can actually see the hole that the red one would have to navigate there. Not too concerned about that yellow at the back of the 12-foot. Even if it ticks off that and goes out, that's fine.
This would be one of these shots that at your level, you throw something in that board hack and just the sweepers the whole time would be carve straight, carve straight, carve straight.
Board weight to hack. Generally don't throw more than board. The second you get more than board, it takes a lot out of the sweeper's hands. The sweeping is just so effective nowadays that you want to bring the sweepers into play as much as you can with both holding it straight and carving. So board weight shot here. Definitely here for Northwest Territories. Hit and roll in about a rock or 2 would be there for 3.
Yep. Keep it normal. Under your control.
He's talking normal to control, but you know what? That might be board for him.
Yeah, it doesn't look super hard.
Michael!
Pretty full still. They're actually going to hit the high side of this one. Maybe just playing for 2 or 1. Yeah, I think he's on a different page than us. Single on the board, though.
We're on the scoreboard, boys.
Baby steps. End of 5. BC 9. Northwest Territories 1. Back for the 6th end here in just a second. We'll do some updates. Men's game, New Brunswick, Northern Ontario. New Brunswick up 6-3 with the hammer, so in full control over there. Manitoba ladies just stole 3. They're up 5-2 over PEI, playing the 6th. Right beside us, 4-1, Saskatchewan leading Nunavut in the ladies. Men's game, Newfoundland 5, Nova Scotia 4. Ladies game, Alberta 6-3 over Newfoundland and Labrador. And I'm not sure if I've covered this one yet, but 6-3 New Brunswick versus Northern Ontario in the men's. But I think I already covered that.
A couple good tight battles out there.
By itself.
Yep. Just a little bit of mistake there. They sort of lobbed that one down into the rings. They played a great end last end. It just got away from them maybe in the last couple of shots. But you know what? You're down. We've all been here. 9-0. Your favorite spot you want to be when you're down 9 is off the ice somewhere else, right? But
yeah, not fun. But like you said, better end there from Northwest Territories for sure. Probably getting a little more comfortable with the ice, something to take with them into their next couple games here.
And literally, I don't care at what level you play. You could be the world's best, or like this happens.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep, happens to everybody. It's that's curling.
Stay weight's better. Close to tight.
I want to to go.
Probably the team it would happen to the least that I know at the club level is the Yogies. They would quit way before it got to 9. They would shake hands.
They would be going to support their sponsor.
Yeah,
for sure.
Not a lot of fight in those guys.
No, there's definitely not. Hoff gets
Good shot there, Glenn.
Hoff gets a little wound up. Once he gets a little wound up, he's going downhill pretty quick. They think their skip is a little slow at times at calling the game. I think that's a bit of a point of concern for the boys.
I'm glad you added at calling the game there, or that would have been really an offside comment.
It's there.
Boys can't peel that yellow one, so they're just going to draw the open side here. Going to go double corners here. This is an old school play. It used to happen a lot. You'd be down a bunch, so instead of center guards where you can set up maybe an easy double peel, you just go double corners, and eventually you hope to make the other team throw against 3 stones. You might get a miss. Worth trying for sure in this situation.
For sure. Get a couple guards up and start drawing around there. Like you said, try and make the other skip look at as many as you possibly can.
Tell you who you wanted to be in this game for the most part is Darren. Darren's had his team's had his back. He's had some shots that are fairly makeable throughout the game. And he's played well.
Yeah, Darren's going to be happy with the guys. Mike at third has had an incredible game so far. Probably drawing on his experience at the Bachelor.
Exactly. You know what? He turned that defeat. He took it. He learned from it, and he's created positive things out of it.
Pressure packed for sure. Yep. No stranger to the television.
No, that helps too.
Yep.
I mean, you're wearing these mics, being streamed all over the country. I'd like to thank all our viewers for tuning in. In-turn draw here around the corner. They just threw a little bit of backing here.
Little hold, yep.
A little bit of steam on this one. They need to slow down a hair, or lots of them.
Good line if it digs here.
It's going to stop for shot rock, I think. Yeah, it was a good throw. Curls up another half rock. It's locked right on there. Veteran call here by Darren. He's just going to ignore this. Peel the guard.
Full house here too, Pete, at the Ottawa Hunt Club. Good to see.
I love it.
Like I said earlier, people sort of back in curling clubs. Maybe not to the extent it was before, but full house here tonight. People coming from all across the country to be here and see lots of familiar Hunt Club members here, which is great to see the club supporting the event.
The support from the club has been amazing. The food, I'll tell you what, food, Bev here, it's awesome.
Top notch.
I've had lunch, I've had breakfast, I've had dinner here. It's been great. The staff's been great.
Have you checked out the bar yet, or?
No, I don't. There's a bar here?
4-1.
It's up there somewhere.
Oh, it's upstairs. Okay,
just in case you eat it later in the week or something.
Yeah, I'd like to buy Randy a drink for just having me out here.
Good
so
idea.
yeah, thanks for that. Corner guard here, trying to guard their own rock in the ring. It's going to slide a hair deep, but not bad. Does the job for sure. I still think the right play here for Darren is just to peel this off. Maybe after you got father-in-law's account number, we can go up there, maybe ring up a pretty good bill.
I do have his account number, actually.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a mistake on his part.
Yeah, you'd get away with it. I would hear about it.
Yeah.
For sure. You'd be knocking on my door tomorrow. So what's the, for those that don't know at home, Pete, where does the round robin lead to? After the round robin's over, where do teams go from there?
So it's similar to, but not the same as a Brier or a Scotties. They're 2 pools of 7. You play your 6-game round robin within your group. top 4 advance, and this is where it gets different. Instead of then playing crossover games, what there is a double knockout where they eliminate half of those 8 teams. So we're gonna have 4 left. The number 1 ranked team will play number 4. The number 2 ranked team will play number 3 in the semifinals. The winners of those 2 games will meet in the final on Saturday.
Okay.
It's a unique format, but I like it. Gives everyone a chance. Thing with a double knockout, you're always going to be in the same position as the team you're playing, whereas sometimes in a round robin, like you might have had to beat a team earlier in the week and they're still in the event and they're trying as hard as they can, and you beat them, but then later in the week they just rolled over for someone else because they're out of the event already,
100%. A double knockout draw or a triple knockout draw in a lot of the spiels. The triple knockout's the best thing going. You're
100%
always in
it is.
the event. You're always playing.
You're playing a
meaningful
team
game.
that is in the exact same position as you are in every game, every
100%.
single game you play.
You never get teams playing meaningless games, and to your point, the effort level, as much as everybody tries, the effort level might not be there for a team that's already eliminated. So.
Exactly. Or a team that's already qualified.
Exactly. 100%.
Got in the slow motion mode.
Actually, in the early 2000s, I probably set a record for most consecutive games played in the seaside at the slams.
Deep in the sea?
For only time I ever qualified A-side in a slam, who comes through the sea? Kevin Martin. Thanks, Kev.
There you go, yeah.
Like, Kev, win some games.
Yeah.
Buddy,
nice
practice.
to run into him, yeah.
Little bit of mistake there. I think it jinxed Mike a little bit. Fan an open hit there, but as you've said, he's had a great game tonight. And to be honest, not a big deal. You're up 9-1.
Let's just forget all that and go into the 8, I think.
Maybe just trying to test his skip out here, see if he can draw against a few points. I like that,
Yeah, get the nerves going a little bit early in the week, and chance for Northwest Territories to sit 3 here. That would be that'd be pretty good if you could make BC look at a bunch on their last.
Any truth to the rumors Silly Robbie might be picked up 2022 on Netflix?
I've heard rumblings. That would be nice. Check out sillyrobbie.com, I think it is. Robbie.
Especially if you have kids. Robbie.
Fantastic.
Played in the Brier out of PEI at the Curling Canada events. Works for the Grand Slam of Curling. Just an absolute beauty.
Robbie, as you know, Pete, is kind of the do-it-all guy, right? He used to be in a very successful maritime band. Now he's a children's entertainer. Natural step there.
That's what he does, yeah. He adapts.
Yeah. And, Grand Slam of Curling. All around. Good dude.
Nice draw weight here from Mark. Able to draw in, lie the 3.
Yeah, oh yeah. Those hits good. Let's make the double. Be ready for it. Nice, clean.
We've seen handshakes here beside us. Saskatchewan women beating Nunavut. Don't have my glasses on. I think that's...
You are correct, sir. You are correct. 8-1 final. Probably the most pressure Darren's faced in the game so far.
Looking at 3 here. That one doesn't quite come up to no, so Northwest Territory still sitting 2.
I didn't see anything.
Bunch of close games otherwise out on these sheets. We might be leaving you at the end of this end, so we'll get a final update potentially. Men's game, Newfoundland Labrador 5, Nova Scotia 4.
Swept it almost the whole way.
Newfoundland Labrador with the hammer. Ladies game, Alberta 6, Newfoundland Labrador 3. They have the hammer playing the 6th end. Men's game, Northern Ontario trailing 6-3 versus New Brunswick. New Brunswick has the hammer. And our final game, Manitoba 5-4 over PEI in the ladies. Manitoba with the hammer playing the 7th end. This one looks like it has to slow down a bit, Dave.
Doesn't quite look like it got there enough to sit 3. Hard to tell here from our angle. Sitting 2 for sure. Doesn't quite look like it got there to sit 3. So looks like BC is only going to be throwing against 2 here in the 6th.
It's a good position to be in given the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Almost same way.
Are we 2?
So yeah, it's confirmed they're sitting 2. It's going to hit the open one, potentially the last rock of the game, assuming he makes contact. Since we don't get paid by the hour, I'll tackle him if he misses this. I mean, is that fair? Are you allowed to do that? I haven't looked at the rules.
Control.
Control weight hit. Opportunity, potentially roll in, score a single. This is really curling though. Wow. I don't think anybody's happy about that. You know, I don't even think the Territories is happy about that. I don't think they wanted to steal 2 there. They're dying to get out of here half an hour ago. Now what happens?
Looks like a steal of 2 here for the Territories.
So we're 9-3 after 6. Without the hammer. I don't know if you've ever eaten this chicken, but I still think it's shake and bake.
Take a good game.
And that's it. They have called it a final. Final score, BC 9, Northwest Territories 2. I'd like to thank Dave Mathers for coming in. We're going to have you again on Thursday.
Pleasure, yeah. Thanks for being here. If you'll have me back, I'm happy to come back.
You did a great job, and congrats to BC. They move on to a 1-1 record. Territories move to 1-2. We will be back tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, 12:30. Thank you for joining us on the live stream, and we'll catch you tomorrow.